So today we're honoring women and the feminine in everyone. We all have masculine, feminine in different ratios, but we're going to do both, and people who identify as women as well as just that principle in all of us. So women are experiencing unprecedented levels of stress, and that was true even before the pandemic. So we're going to start lying down. So we're going to honor rest first. So make yourself comfortable on your mat. Straighten your legs, reach the arms overhead, and just take a few slow stretches, slow, luxurious stretches. Circle ankles and wrists, wiggle the hips, move the facial muscles. Take some deep breaths. All right. And release in the center. Bring your arms into Shavasana, slightly away from the side of the body, palms facing up. Wiggle the shoulders. Notice if your shoulder blades are kind of at an angle against the floor. We want them to be flat against the floor, and that might take a little convincing. So eventually find your position here and just roll your head side to side slowly. We'll do a little bit of movement, and then we'll do a meditation lying on the ground. So we're going to take some time to check in with the body, to allow it to be wherever it may be today, with all the aches and pains and creakiness and stiffness and all the dullness, whatever you find. I'm just pointing out the things that might not feel so good, but you might feel a lot of pleasant sensations as well. So come back to center, bring the feet on the ground. Knees are comfortably bent, and let's just do some pelvic tilt. So rock the pelvis forward and back. What's happening in the low back, lower abdomen, pelvic floor. So as we go through our practice, we'll take those moments of rest, and we want to make sure that we give them equal importance as the movement. Yes, so we've forgotten that incredibly beneficial art of resting. And when you are in that state of rest, people around you will feel it, and you'll help them get into that parasympathetic state as well. So the better you get at this, the more you benefit everyone around you, of course, including yourself. So after your next rock of the pelvis, let the spine be in its natural curve in the low back and lift the pelvis a smidge, and then drop it down. And it should feel odd, but not painful. So you can decide how much to lift the pelvis. And if none of this feels okay, just skip it. Good. Beautiful. Two more. And then pause and just feel that sensation in the lower torso. And then heel and toe your feet to the outsides of the mat and start rocking the knees. Again, slow, slow movement. All the way you can move the head in the opposite direction from your knees. Luxuriate in this. Think about how often through your days do you luxuriate? Yeah, not very much, probably, right? And if you do you feel a sense of guilt? Do you feel like you have to hide it from people? So full permission to luxuriate here. All right, so one more in each direction. And then come back to center again. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Pull the knees to the chest and rock a little. Feel the low back settle into the ground. And then cup the knees with your hands and circle the knees. Full wide circle. Massage that low back again in a very gentle way. And then switch directions. All right, let's circle now the knees in opposite directions, now focusing on the hip joints themselves. Switch. All right, and now pull the knees towards the shoulders, lift the feet up, grab the outside edges of your feet, elbows are on the inside of your knees, rock the hips side to side. Stretching inner thighs, low back, feeling how nice it is to have all of your weight supported by the ground. And then pause in the center and just hold 3 breaths in stillness. Last one. Now bring the soles of the feet together. Open the knees out to the side and pulse the heels towards the navel. So a little different stretch for these inner thigh, inner hip muscles. Releasing not only the muscle tissue, but the fascia, the connective tissue that wraps around the muscles, connects them to the bones. 3, 2, and 1. Hold here. And then release. Bring the right knee over the left, like as if you're sitting in a chair. Yes. And then slide your hands down to the ankles and gently pull the feet towards opposite shoulders. We're still warming up, right? So you might feel a lot of sensation here. Don't force it. You can always add a movement, rocking, bouncing. Maybe stillness is what is more effective for you. Tuning in. Very nice. One more breath. And then release. Extend the legs out wide apart. Circle the ankles. Switch the circles in opposite direction. And then left knee on top of right. Slide the hands down. Wiggle the hips, settle them down towards the ground. Flex the feet and see what your hips need here. Movement, a little pulse, or stillness. Beautiful. Now slowly release. This time extend the legs straight up. Rock the hips again. Feel the low back very steady on the ground. And now circle the ankles this way. All the way around, encouraging any stagnation from the lower limbs to start moving smoothly through the body. Switch directions. And then point and flex. Full range of motion in your calves. Full range of motion in your ankles. Take your time. Feel that pump that you have in the back of your shins. Your calf muscles are really important to pump the lymph up the legs. 3, 2, and 1. And then relax the feet and just hold and send them some gratitude. And bend the knees. Very nice. Bring the feet to the ground. Let's do a pelvic tilt again. Once or twice. And then let that natural curve be in the low back as you extend the legs. And we're going to do a meditation in Shavasana. So shoulders are down, check in, do some wiggling here that might be helpful, and eventually settle for about a minute. It will be a short meditation, but see if you can really melt into it. A long mindful exhalation can be very helpful to, again, help you transition into that restful state. And visualize Mother Earth supporting you, right? Very feminine energy there. And let yourself be supported by Mother Earth. And as you're resting here, visualize that connection you have to women everywhere. Women in your family, friendships, women who inspire you, women who you look up to. You don't even have to think of specific individuals. Just visualize that web of creativity, of strength, of support, of love, of beauty, whatever else comes up for you. Good. Let's deepen the breath again, staying very still. And then feel that exchange of energy, of feminine energy between you and the world around you. Humans, animals, plants, earth. And let's do one round of Om. Staying relaxed and spacious, take a deep breath in. Om. And from this place of support and connectedness, send out a wish in every direction, including to yourself. And then wiggle the fingers and the toes. Take your time again, transitioning into movement. Go back to that luxurious stretch. What if you were to stretch and feel very supported? So it's a different experience, right? If you're feeling like, I'm stretching and I don't have to rush off to do all those things by myself. You're part of a web, yeah? So stretch that way. All right. Release the stretch and bend the knees again. Bring the arms to the side. Back to Shavasana, arms, wiggle the toes. And now let's rock again, just in case there's some tension in the low back. Sometimes legs straight can be a little intense. So one more time, back and forth. We're going to start working on some strength. So keep the pelvis in its neutral position. Feel the feet, press firmly into both feet and lift the hips up. And then tap them down. Very slowly and gently, and paying attention to what muscles are engaging here for this to happen. 3 more. When you come up next, we'll stay up and we'll just drop the hips and then tug the tail slowly and completely. Drop, releasing the intensity, and then tug. So you're feeling hopefully the gluteus maximus and the back of your legs. You might feel the QL muscle in the lower back above the glutes. Keep going. 3 more times. Pause at the squeeze and feel it. Yes. Moving into intensity and then melting away from it. Good. With your next one, come up and hold. Keep the tuck, keep breathing. Try not to tense the face. And then release all the way down again. Just take a breath. Cleanse the effort out of your body. And then bring the feet slightly wider, toes and knees pointing at 10 and 2 o'clock, same directions. Lift the hips up and then tap down slowly. Good. So we worked on our glutes specifically a few weeks ago with a full class focused on them. So we know those muscles very well. Feel them here, feel them waking up. Know that they provide so much support for the center of your body. They're right behind the reproductive organs and most of the digestive organs, or some of them actually. And so think about that. You have that solid support behind. Somebody's got your back. All right. By now, you're hopefully feeling the medius and minimus outer hips. And now stay up and let's do the small drop and a big tuck. Keep going. When you come up next, stay, pull the navel down, keep the tuck. Notice if left and right side are working evenly. And then press the knees out and out, keep and out. Keep the pelvis pretty still. And again, stay curious. What muscles are doing this movement? Can you feel them engage more and more? Maybe get a little tired. These are much smaller muscles than your maximus in the back, so they might get tired faster. 3, 2, and 1. Hold here. And then release the spine down, all the way down. Let's rock the knees side to side again, coming back to ease and spaciousness and lightness. Good. All right, come back to center. Bring your feet together this time and bring your knees together. We're going to do the same thing. Lift the hips up and tuck, release down. Very different here, yeah? So coming back to, yes, gluteus maximus, hamstrings, back of the thighs, but also inner thighs. So adding a whole different layer of muscle. Beautiful. Lift up and let's do the small drop and tuck. Very nice. You might be surprised which muscles get tired fastest, and those will be the muscles that are used the least. Sometimes they're just smaller, right? Like the minimus, gluteus minimus, as opposed to the maximus. But the adductors, the inner thighs, they're big muscles. They're long. They do a lot of work potentially, except that the way we use our bodies, sometimes they do nothing. They're pretty weak for many of us. So if that's your case, just observe. 3, 2, and 1. Hold here, squeeze the knees. Imagine that you have a coin between your knees. Relax the face. One more breath. Release the hips all the way down. Bring the feet to the outsides of the mat. Rock those knees and wait for the intensity to melt. So it takes a few rocks. At first, it might be kind of achy. All right. Beautiful. Now we'll come back to the core. So bring the feet to the floor. Tuck your tail. Press your low back into the floor without pressing your chin down. So lift the chin up, look behind you. Keep that whole back onto the ground. Knees are under the hips. You can rock a little bit to really get that foundation here. And then let's start easy here. So tap your right foot down to the ground, bring it back up. Tap your left foot down to the ground and bring it back up. And the challenge here is to not lose contact to the mat with your back body and to not let your pelvis wobble too much. Keep the legs in the same shape. You're moving from the hip joint. Yeah, so you're not bending and unbending your knee. Now, if this is plenty, please stay with this. This is great. Or if you like to take it further, keep the knees bent and together and move them forward a few inches and back a few inches. Go very slowly and back. Keep going. Now, as this gets more challenging, your face and your neck will try and participate. Don't let them do that. Keep them relaxed. Keep the chin slightly lifted. You know that if you start to clench your jaw or you're tucking your chin, then you know what's happening here. Upper body's relaxed, lower body's working hard. 3 more. We're targeting the hip flexors behind the internal organs and the abdominal wall, the transverse abdominis. One last time. Now, if your knees are bent and you're moving together, find your challenge point and breathe here. Feel that solid support in the front body. And then bring the feet down. Relax the toes on the ground, wiggle them a little, and lift the hips and the arms overhead. Wiggle the fingers overhead. Take some deep breaths, feeling the back body supporting the front as it stretches. All right, slowly release the spine down. Hug the knees into the chest, round the forehead up, and let's rock forward and back 3 times. When you come forward, cross the ankles and come back into downward facing dog slowly. Take your time, spread the fingers wide, lift the hips high, and then slowly walk in place, luxuriate in your downward dog. Bend one knee, doesn't matter which one, bounce the other heel. And then switch and bounce the opposite heel, feel this. And then go back and forth slowly. Good. Now find downward dog, lift the hips up, and we're going to flow from here into plank and see if we can round the spine and make this kind of like a wave motion. At the end of plank, you're looking forward of your mat. Pull the navel up and go back into downward dog. We'll do this 2 more times. And this whole movement involves the whole body, but it originates in your center. So those muscles that we started with, the glutes and the abdominal wall. One more time, forward and round. Come all the way into full plank and then pull back into downward dog. Lift the hips up, plug the arms deeply so the arms are starting to wake up now. And come forward into plank again. This time we're going to come down to the ground. So all the way down, extend the legs behind you, lift the chest, circle the wrists, circle the shoulders. And then let's bring the palms one on top of the other. Relax the forehead down, rock the hips, point the toes and lift the legs up. Take some deep breaths here. Again, can you relax the upper body completely while you work the lower body? Can you feel those glutes and hamstrings? And all the muscles from your mid-back all the way to your toes. Now let's open the legs apart. Squeeze them together. Out and in. Keep going. So just like we don't want to throw ourselves into our days and into our busy lives feeling weak, unprepared, discombobulated, it happens, right? But ideally, we'll move through with kind of a little sense of strength and awareness of where we're at. So that's what we're doing here, yeah? When your legs open out next, pulse out and out, coming back briefly to the gluteus medius and minimus and the abductor muscle. Out of that, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs together, squeeze them in, and release the legs down. Turn the heels out to the side and rest. Slow, long exhalations. Get back into that parasympathetic state of rest, digest, integrate, heal. Beautiful. All right. Now, staying down with your feet, let's lift the forehead up. Bring the hands under the shoulders, squeeze the elbows very actively into the side body. Keep the back of your head pushing up towards the ceiling. So you're not jutting the chin forward too much. One full breath here. Feeling now the mid to upper back engage. And then bring your hands to the outsides of your mat, fingers pointing forward. Let's lift the chest slightly. You can decide how far to go. And then we'll dip the right shoulder towards the left hand and look over the left shoulder. And then come back to center and twist in the opposite direction. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, twist. Very nice. One more. Warming up the shoulder girdle, the rotator cuff muscles. And over to the right. And come back to center. Release the spine down. Lift your hands, circle the wrists, circle the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows into the side body, bend the knees, and lift the legs off the ground. Now, this is again for the whole back body. It's not just for your neck. If your chin is lifted up and the back of your neck is pinched, then you know the effort's just kind of getting stuck there. Spread it evenly through the body. Keep the knees and the elbows bent. And now let's move. Arms forward, legs back. Inhale. Exhale, bend everything again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze and bend. 3 more. Inhale, lift, and now bend the knees, reach back and grab your feet or your ankles. First, bring the forehead to the ground, pull the heels in, and let's stretch the quadriceps. So relax the head completely. Focus on a stretchy feeling in the front of the thighs. These are overused muscles, very active. This is also where we hold tension, anger, resentment, familiar sensations, yes? All right. Now let's kick back. Let's open the chest. So hold on to your feet, lift the heart. You don't have to go very high to feel nice space in the chest, maybe a little rock. Hold here, inhale. And exhale, release. One ear to the ground, toes in, heels out. Take your cleansing breath. And give yourself permission to rest just for a few breaths here, as deeply as your system is ready to go. All right, let's do it again. Lift up, arms lift, the chest lift, the legs extend back. Let's make this movement bigger. So bring the arms forward with the arms straight ahead, open the legs, and then sweep the arms back and the legs together. Open up forward and reach. Good. So we're taking up space with all that strength. One more time. With your next one, reach back with the arms, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back, and lift the heart. 3 full breaths. Inhale here, and exhale, release. The opposite ear comes to the ground, arms alongside the body. Close your eyes and melt into that support. Maybe exaggerate the breath. What do you feel here in the back body? Let's just feel this whole chain of muscle from the base of your skull to your feet without it having to complain first for us to pay attention. So one more slow breath. And then lift everything up. Arms, chest, legs, lift all the way up. Inhale. Hands under the shoulders, push back into child's pose. Let's take a moment here. Separate the knees a little wider than hips. Relax the forehead on the ground for one full breath. And now let's go into our tricep push-ups. So turn the index and thumb fingers towards each other. Inhale, come forward. The chest will most likely go past the hands and the elbows will open to the side. And then you'll go back into child's. Inhale forward, open the elbows, push up, and all the way back. Keep going. You can always double up the push-ups if that feels good before you go into child's pose, but would you want this movement to be big so that you're waking up the whole body? Maybe you're getting your heart rate up a little bit. Beautiful. 3 more breaths with however many push-ups you're doing. And let's all meet in child's pose. Try bringing the knees a little closer together. Maybe bring the hands back near your feet and drape the spine over. So with the knees closer together, it's a little harder to breathe because we tend to breathe in the front body and the back body is tight. So as you're breathing, there's not much give. But we want to find that sweet spot where you are feeling like this is releasing tension in your back, but you're also able to take a nice, satisfying breath. One more. All right, reach the arms forward. Let's come back to downward dog. Reach the sit bones up towards the sky. See if downward dog is different from the last one you did. Shake the head a little. And then look to your hands. Bring the feet between them. Walk, step, hop, whatever works for you. Lift the chest to the top slightly and exhale, bow down. Arms come to the side. Reach all the way up. And exhale, hands come in prayer. Shoulders are down. Wiggle your toes. Let's feel the posture here. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over heels. So remember, hip joints over heels, not butt over heels, right? Butt is behind the heels. Yeah, all right. So soften your gaze. Relax the eyes, and let's do breath of fire. Inhale, expand the abdomen out. And as you exhale, snap it back. And we'll do this rhythmically, ideally through the nose. 3, 2, and 1. And release. Just let the breath happen. All right, separate the feet to hip width. Toes are pointing straight ahead. Interlace the fingers and push your hands down. Push them actively so you feel a stretch in your hands, your fingers, your wrists, your forearms. Shoulders stay down, gaze is soft. We're going to lift the heels and the arms forward and up at the same time. So inhale, reach the arms forward, lift the heels all the way, whatever that is for today. And then very slowly with control, come down. See if you can rely on those central muscles we've already engaged. One more time this way. All right, we're going to add the hum. So on the way down, we'll go, so you might have to slow down the movement. So we're kind of tapping into the vagus nerve. The idea is to come back to the rest and digest state whenever possible. Shoulders down, gaze is soft. Inhale, lift the heels, strengthen those feet and ankles and calves, and hum on the way down. Two more. Raise the arms and notice the sensation here. Humming is said to have very similar effect on the brain as meditation. So if you can't be doing meditation through the day or even at all, maybe try humming. Bring the hands in prayer, shoulders down, just checking in with yourself for another breath. And let's move into a sun salute. Inhale, open the arms overhead, lift. Exhale, hinge from the hips and come all the way down. Inhale, lift the heart and arch. Exhale, step back into plank. Hold plank for a full breath. Feel the strength through the whole body. And then make your way down, either all the way down to the ground or hover. And then lift the chest as far as is available for right now. You don't have to go into up dog right away. And then downward facing dog. Full expression of the pose. Take a full breath here. Look to your hands, step your feet between them, all the way forward, lift the heart. Exhale, let go. Arms to the side, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands in prayer. One full breath in Samastitihi, checking in. All right, let's add a little variation at the beginning. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, lean to the right, stretch the left side body. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, squeeze the elbows, lift the heart. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale, lift the chest and arch, mid-back engages. Exhale, step back into plank. Make your way down. Elbows go back. Lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath or two here. Check in with yourself. Stretch the back body. Breathe into the space that's starting to open up somewhere. And then look to your hands and bring the feet between the hands again. Lift the heart halfway, arch. Exhale, bow down. Separate your feet to hip width apart again. Toes point straight ahead. Bend the knees and come up to Utkatasana. Shoulders down, heart lifts. You have that nice curve in the low back. And then bring the arms behind you. Pull the shoulders back and bend the elbows and straighten the arms. The focus is on straighten. Yeah, so you're starting to feel your quads probably. Feel the triceps. We're going to bring it all together in a moment. Good. Now keep the arms very straight. Turn the palms forward and maybe out to the side. Let the shoulders go way back. This will really engage your back muscles, supporting that nice spacious posture in the upper body. And then lift your heels up and breathe. As you exhale, pull the navel to the spine and now feel the whole body working. Yes. So in a very empowered way, we're not clenching anywhere. We're engaging and supporting and lifting. One more breath. Good. Release the heels down, straighten the legs, release the arms, let the shoulders settle maybe a little further away from the ears than they were before. Feet come side by side again, hands in prayer. One full breath in Samastiti. All right, now inhale, lift the arms forward and arch at the top. Exhale, hinge from the hips, come down with the arms forward this time. Step your left foot back, tripod the fingers here, and just rock forward and back. Massage the back foot, massaging the hip joint. And then pause here with the front knee right over the front ankle. Keep the energy through the back leg and rise up. High lunge, 3 breaths in stillness. Squeeze that left glute. Protect the hip joint and let the front of the joint open up. Let's move. Straighten the front knee. Bend both knees and both elbows and the spine stays steady. 3 more. Hold here, press the elbows back, lift the heart. And then straighten again. Bend the front knee only, bring the hands in prayer, tap your back foot forward and come into warrior 3. So the back leg is extended. It doesn't have to be parallel to the ground, but you're keeping the same line from the toes to the crown of the head. So there's no rounding in the spine and no bending at the waist. Good. Now, if this is good and you can add to it, tap the toes behind you as you lift the chest and then come forward. You're pivoting on that standing foot. One more time. Good. Let's all come back to warrior 3. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Drape the spine down and shake the head. The legs are working hard. The spine is not. Stack the hips, left hip on top of right. Inhale here. Exhale, cross, left knee behind right. Inhale, extend and stack and lift. Exhale, round. So now we're really massaging through the lower torso and the hips and stimulating very healthy flow through the lymph nodes that are in the groin, in the creases of the hips. Beautiful. One more time. Round the spine and hold here, tuck the chin. And then release the left shin down, sit to the inside of that left heel and come into seated twist. So the right foot is down. Hug the knee into your chest and twist and maybe look over your right shoulder. It might feel good to bring the elbow over the knee and the hand behind you. You might want to grab your foot and kick the leg forward. Not if that means your spine is collapsing. So you want to keep length in the spine and eventually the arm and the leg reach out. One more breath here. Back close to the ground. And then look forward. Bring the right foot down. Twist to the right with lots of space. Open to the side and breathe. Bring the left hand down. Slide the right foot forward a little. Lift the hips and drape the spine back. Open the chest. Move the right arm until you find the stretch in the chest you need. So your spine is invited to let go and drape back. And for that to happen, the spine needs to feel safe. So can you feel all those points that are touching the ground and all those muscles in the back body that are holding space? One more breath here. Release the hips down all the way. Bring your feet in front. Grab below the knees and let's just move the spine. Arch, lift the heart. Round back. Use your arms for support. All right, let's come back into a nicely aligned spine. So no rounding here. Straight spine coming into both pose. You can let go of your knees. You can lift the feet. You can bring the shins to parallel. You can straighten the legs. Find your place where you feel a nice challenge in the center of the body, but you're not clenching anywhere, right? It's a tricky thing. It's hard to work, especially in the center of the body, and not let the shoulders creep up or the breath to stop. One more breath. Good. Cross the ankles, bring the hands over the knees, step back into plank, hold plank and feel. What do you want to do here? Do you want to go through vinyasa, or do you want to go straight to downward dog, or maybe straight to child's pose, which is where we all meet eventually? So one thing that everybody can benefit from, but especially women, is tuning in. What do I need, and how can I move forward with that knowledge? We might not get what we need all the time, but it's really good to know what do we need, right? So eventually, when you get to your child's, let go. Final breath here. Reach the arms forward, come back to downward facing dog. Lift the hips up. Luxuriate in downward dog. Move around, be still, make sounds, whatever your heart desires. Look to your hands, step, hop, or walk the feet. Lift the heart at the top. Exhale, bow down. Arms come straight ahead. Reach an arch at the top. Exhale, hands in prayer. Pause here. We're going to give the rest of the body a little break while we focus on a little bit of face yoga. So I'll turn so you can see what I'm doing, but you're going to go right, left, pucker, open wide. Like you're saying yow, and you can even say it. Okay, so right, left, pucker. Keep going. Move that face as much as is available. We tend to use our faces in very specific ways, in very familiar expressions. So let's see if we can engage more muscle here. By the 5th round, you should feel quite a bit of sensation in your face, yeah? So much circulation, stagnation is releasing, strengthen those muscles. Last round. And release, very nice. Pause for a moment here. Feel the face. And inhale, reach the arms up and arch. Exhale, hinge from the hips, come all the way down. Step your right foot to the back of the mat, drop the hips lower and rock. Feel the back foot. Now pause, push the heel back, reach up, high lunge, stillness for 3 breaths. Start with your feet, see if your feet are tense. If you're gripping the mat, relax that. Engage the legs, feel the right glute. Nice and solid, you can even feel it. You'll know the difference. If it's engaged, it's a very different sensation under your hand. And then pull the ribs down. And now let's flow. Inhale, straighten both knees and both elbows bend. Inhale, lift and bend. Last one, when you come down, hold. Press the elbows back, press the head back and breathe. Nice. Inhale, reach everything up, bend only the front knee, the hands come in prayer. Tap the back foot forward, warrior 3. Take your time to find your balance. It's different on each side. So if this ankle is more wobbly, just deal with that. If it's appropriate, add movement, lift and tap the toes behind you and then bow forward again. So just challenging the balance a little bit more. We want you to be in that place where you're not sure you can stay in the balance, right? We don't want you to be hanging out and spacing out in a balancing pose. We want to keep searching for that place where you're expanding your capacity to balance in different situations. Now pause with the leg extended. And then bend the standing knee and bring your fingertips to the ground and drape the spine down. Standing splits. Let go. Relax the face, relax the neck. Legs are working hard. One more breath. And let's move. Stack the right hip on top of left. Cross left knee behind right. Inhale, extend away from your center. Exhale, pull in towards your center. Keep going. So feel that coming in, tapping, recharging, and then expanding out and sharing. And each one of us is a little more comfortable with than in one of those ends of the spectrum. So feel both here. Yes. And then when you come in, pause in the rounded spine, breathe into your back. And now release the right shin down. Sit to the inside of the right heel, coming down to seated twist. Hug the left knee, lift the crown of the head up, and then decide which twist you like to do. Maybe the left hand goes behind, the elbow goes over the knee for a little leverage. Maybe you grab the foot. One thing to watch for was whichever one you chose, you're not letting your spine collapse. So if your leg doesn't want to straighten with the spine not collapsing, bend your knee and focus on your spine. And then eventually the leg will straighten. 2 more breaths. Turn your gaze forward. Bring your left foot down. Twist in the other direction. Lots more space here. Bring the right hand down. Slide the left foot slightly forward. Lift the hips and drape the spine back and open the chest. Find the position of the left arm that stretches the front of the shoulder and the upper chest. One more breath. Release the hips down all the way. Bring the feet in front, shake out the wrists if you feel any tension in your wrists, coming back to boat. So holding on to the knees is great. You can always use this. You're already using your core. You can let go. You can lift the feet. You can bring the knees parallel, shins parallel to the ground. You can add movement. So if you're adding movement, you straighten the legs and the arms, at least somewhat, and then you pull them in. 3 more. Last one. Hold here. Cross one ankle in front of the other. Roll over the knees. Plank. Hold plank and feel. What would you like to do here? What is your body asking for? Is it a vinyasa? Is it a down dog? Is it a child's pose? We all meet in child's pose eventually, so no rush. Do your thing. Do a transition that's going to feel appropriate for right now. Appropriate action. What is the situation asking of me, and how much do I have to give it? And then work from there rather than always going at everything 120%. That's not sustainable, right? It's also not wise. Sometimes we don't need to go 120%. Actually, that could be counterproductive. So when you get to your child's pose, close your eyes, breathe into your back, luxuriate. Two more. Let's come back to downward dog. Take your time. Once you get there, enjoy it, be still, move around, or go for another vinyasa. When you come back to your downward dog, if you did do the vinyasa, let's step one foot forward and turn sideways on the mat. Turn the toes straight ahead, drape the spine down, shake the head, and then bend one knee and then the other knee. Let go here. The spine is draping, the legs are getting a nice stretch. Pause in the center, till the sit bones high up. Bring the hands to the hips and come all the way up with a nice straight spine. Turn the toes out. Bend the knees. So knees and toes always in the same direction. Yeah. So we don't want the knees to be twisted. Shrug the shoulders and squeeze that tension in the upper back. Shrug, squeeze, wiggle the toes. Nice. And then bring your right shoulder to your left knee. Look over the left knee and then come back to center. Twist in the other direction. One more in each direction. So we're warming up for goddess stance. Of course, we have to do goddess. All the way over. Come back to center, bend both knees, rock the hips a little side to side, feel that strength. And then slowly come all the way up. Shoulders over the hips. We're going to do goddess flow with a mudra sequence, which is hand yoga. So we'll do the lotus mudra. So thumb and index fingers together, hands in front of the heart. We're going to bend the knees. Let that lotus blossom go all the way up, open out to the side, rebend the knees and bring the back of your hands together and then circle them back in front. 3 more, up and open and blossom, round the spine, back of the hands together, bend the knees, circle. If you're feeling a little confused by all this instruction, just go with it. It's good for the brain to be a little confused. Open up. Back of the hands round, circle in front. 1 more time. And come back to center. Pause for a moment, feel this. And then straighten the legs, release the arms, circle your shoulders. So there's different expression of the goddess, right? There's the beautiful, flowery, supportive, loving, and then there's the very fierce. So in the Hindu tradition, there'll be Kali, right? Have you seen Kali with the tongue sticking out and the eyes bulging? It's pretty scary and fierce, which is awesome. So we're going to do that. We're going to go, right? So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, make claws with your hands, stick your tongue out, bulge your eyes. Inhale, rise up. 2 more. Last one. Feel that energy. All right. Circle the shoulders. Turn your toes forward. Relax the face. That was some serious face yoga too, I think, yeah? Interlace the fingers behind your back. Shoulders down. Lift the heart and open the chest. Sometimes we got to let some steam out, yes? Some intensity, some frustration out so you can come back to your heart. So can you feel that softness around the heart, some more space in the throat, and then bow down. Let the arms soften beyond the shoulders. Shake the head gently and let go. All right, let's press the feet into the ground. Come all the way up to standing. Release the hands, shake out the wrists. Before we come back to lying on the ground, let's do a little more core strengthening, standing core. So the feet are closer together than for goddess. Hands are behind the head. Press the head back. Shift the weight to the right foot and bring the right knee and the right elbow towards each other. And then with as much control as available, come back and we'll do the same thing on the other side. And lightly down. So we're working with your obliques. Feel that scrunching on side of the waist and then the other. Also working on balance. 1 more in each direction. Come back. All right, same thing, but we're going to twist. So you're going to bring the opposite elbow to the knee and then you step back. So as you're twisting, you're contracting a whole bunch of muscles here. The obliques, the transversus, which is the big band. And as you pull the ribs to the thigh, you're getting the rectus abdominis as well. So move as slowly as you can and feel what muscles are doing this. One more in each direction. And come back to center. Release the arms down, circle the shoulders. Heel and toe the feet wider apart. Let's interlace the fingers one more time. And then lift the chest and now stretch the belly. So the ribs are lifting up, the heart is lifting up, the glutes are engaging for support. One more breath. Lift the crown of the head up, extend the arms out, turn to face the front of your mat. Windmill your palms back, down to the ground, step in plank and hold. Final plank. Hopefully you're feeling a lot of connection here to all kinds of muscles. And then let's go through vinyasa. Come down. Inhale, lift the chest. Downward facing dog. Shake the head, breathe here, check in with yourself. Release the knees down and let's come onto our backs. Take your time. Coming back to being very supported. Muscles have worked hard now. They don't have to. Knees are hugged into the chest. Bring the arms out to the side like a T shape. Bring the shins parallel to the ground. Both knees go to one side as the gaze goes to the other. Full cleansing breath. Come back to center. Both knees to the left. Twist and breathe. Come back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. We're going to finish with Kumbhaka, breath retention. So if you have glaucoma, asthma, any heart condition, blood pressure, or you just do not like to hold your breath, please don't. Otherwise, take a breath in. Hold the breath in as you round the forehead up towards the knees and the knees towards the whole forehead, and squeeze your toes, your face, your neck, your jaw, all the muscles contract and hold. And exhale, release. Completely opposite action. After holding and contracting and clenching, now we soften and we let go. So take your time, wiggle your way into Shavasana. Check in with the facial muscles, see if anything got stuck there, maybe a squint in the eyes, maybe a furrowing of the brow or a pursing of the lips. Relax the face. And watch the rest of your body follow. Sinking right into that rest, digest, heal, and integrate space. And enjoy Shavasana. Let's now bring the attention to the physical body. Come back to that image of the web, of being part of something greater, where there's steady and free exchange of energy, of support, of appreciation, of love, of creativity. To feel that flowing into you and feel it flowing out from you with your own unique stamp on it, with your own unique flavor. One more slow breath here. And then wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Roll the head side to side. Take your time. So for this week, your homework is to luxuriate. Find things where you feel like, oh, I really want to get into this and enjoy it and savor it. But for whatever reason, I shouldn't or I couldn't. Give yourself just even a few breaths and see how that changes your experience of the day. When you're ready, reach the arms overhead and stretch. Bend your knees, roll to one side, take a breath here. And come to a seated position. Feel the sit bones down, hands in prayer. And from this place of connection to the earth and to all beings, send another wish, or maybe the same wish, out to women everywhere with one round of Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Bow your head down to the heart, sending gratitude to yourself for taking this time to support that web. And thank you all for practicing. Namaste.